Exercise 44B. Translate the following sentences. Identify the case of all perfect passive participles and tell what they modify. Number 1. His friends greeted Titus, having been seen. The perfect participle is conspectum. It modifies Titus. It tells us that his friends, probably, were the ones who saw him, Titus having been seen. We don't talk that way much in English. We would prefer to say his friends greeted Titus when they saw him. But that, you must understand, is not the literal meaning of conspectum. It's having been seen, and it tells that Titus is the one who got it. Sentence number 2 says, Titus, having been asked what was discussed in the Senate, answered, "Oh, nothing big." Again, a participle, perfect passive participle, rogatus, modifying Titus. Presumably it's his friends who ask him. All we know is that he answers nothing much, and this participle describes the condition that he is. He is a fellow receiving a question. Number 3, we do not begin with vestimenta. That is not the subject of tradidit. We begin with Marcus. Marcus handed over his clothes, having been removed, to the slave. Exuta is the participle, the perfect passive participle, modifying vestimenta. The clothes have been taken off. Marcus turns them over to the slave. This is neuter plural. Remember our A's there. And remember, we do not begin with them because Marcus is the subject of tradidit. Marcus handed over his clothes. Sentence number 4. Again, strigilibus, though it means striggle, does not begin the sentence. We see that the verb ingresi sunt is third person plural. We don't see any noun that is nominative plural, but we do see a participle defricti, nominative masculine plural. So it modifies the subject they, which we don't see in Latin, of course, no useless words in the sentence. So having been scraped down with the striggle, they went into the warm room. Subject they, modified by the participle, and defricti, having been scraped down, tells what has happened to them. Sentence number 5, we look at vestimenta and say, back, is it the subject? Vestimenta is the subject of tradita sunt. The participle in the verb modifies or agrees with the subject, neuter plural. We can tell it's plural because we see sunt as the helping verb. We can tell it's neuter plural because here's vestimenta ready to agree with it. There is another participle in the sentence, vocato. That modifies master. The clothes having been handed over. The clothes were handed over to the master having been called. The master is the fellow who has received the action of calling. Seems a little odd that he would be called and then his clothes would be brought to him. But that's what this sentence says. The clothes were handed over to the master having been called. End of lesson.